All right, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into something that honestly feels kind of like a lost art in our modern world. We are going to master adding numbers entirely on our own. That's right, we are completely ditching our digital crutches. No phones, no calculators, nothing. Whether you're just brushing up on your math foundations, maybe looking to keep your brain a bit sharper, or you just want to feel a little more independent when the Wi-Fi suddenly drops, you are in exactly the right place. Because honestly, building this kind of numerical confidence, it's an absolutely fantastic way to reduce daily cognitive friction.
So let me ask you a question, and I want you to be totally honest with yourself here. Can you confidently solve -9 plus 8 without instantly reaching for your phone? For a lot of us, the second a negative sign appears, our brain just kind of hits the pause button, right? And our thumb automatically goes hunting for that calculator app. But listen, it really doesn't have to be that way. By the time we wrap up here today, you literally won't even flinch at a problem like this.
Section 1. The number line method. Single-digit addition.
Okay, let's jump right in. The number line method is brilliant because it relies on just 4 simple, totally foolproof rules. Step 1, you simply place a dot on the number that you're starting with. Easy enough. Step 2, look at the second number in your equation. That's the number you're going to add. Step 3 is really where the magic happens. You just move exactly that many units to the right along your line. And finally, step 4, write down the number that you stopped on. And boom, that is your answer. It's literally as simple as following directions on a map.
Now take a look at the actual layout of the number line itself. Think of this as our foundational tool, our playing field. Notice how 0 sits right there in the dead center, acting as our anchor. All of your negative numbers stretch out to the left, getting smaller and smaller, while your positive numbers stretch out to the right. Having this exact image in your mind, or just scribbled on a piece of scratch paper, is pretty much the ultimate cheat code for single-digit addition.
Let's actually put those rules to the test with the exact problem from earlier, -9 plus 8. First, we find our starting point and drop our dot right on the -9. Next, because we need to add 8, we draw our arrow moving exactly 8 units to the right. You can even count them out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And finally, look at where we land, perfectly on -1. So the big takeaway here, -9 plus 8 equals -1. See? Absolutely no calculator required, just some simple visual logic.
Moving right along to Section 2. Mastering column addition. Multi-digit mastery.
So, just like the number line, column addition relies on 4 super straightforward rules. But here, the absolutely critical foundation is to place the numbers one directly above the other. You've got to carefully align your units, your tens, and your hundreds. From there, starting way over on the far right, you add the 2 digits in the units column. Now, if your answer is more than 10, you write down the unit and you carry over the 110 to the next column. Then you move one column left, add the tens together, plus that carried number, don't forget that, and finally, repeat this whole process for the hundreds and just keep going until you run out of columns.
Let's actually see this in action by computing 257 plus 874. Notice how perfectly stacked the numbers are. The units, meaning the 7s and 4s, are perfectly aligned. Starting on the right, 7 plus 4 is 11. We write down the 1 in the units place and carry the 110 over to the top of the tens column. Now moving over, we add our tens. 5 plus 7 equals 12, plus that little carried 1, making it 13. We write the 3, carry the 1 to the hundreds. Finally, adding the hundreds, 2 plus 8 equals 10, plus our carried 1, giving us 11. We write down the full 11 to finish it off.
And there we have it, beautifully laid out. The final computed answer is 1,131. When you look at the final layout, it's pretty cool because you can see the entire history of our calculation, right? You see the neat columns, you see the carried ones up at the top, and the final answer securely down at the bottom. It just goes to show how even highly complex math becomes entirely manageable when you just break it down into logical, bite-sized steps.
All right, Section 3. Time to practice. Let's test your skills.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to pause this explainer right now. Go grab a piece of scratch paper and tackle these 5 single-digit addition problems. Try drawing a quick number line for yourself, put your dot on the starting negative number, and just move to the right. Prove to yourself right now that you can solve -7 plus 5 or -10 plus 4 without a single piece of electronics. Take your time, trust that visual process we just learned, and hit play when you're done.
Awesome job. Now let's level things up a bit. I want you to pause one more time to calculate these multi-digit sums on your paper. And hey, remember the golden rule of column addition? Align your columns correctly before you do any math. Stack those units, stack those tens, and remember to carefully carry over your ones to the next column anytime your sum is greater than 10. Go ahead, pause the explainer, work through these 5 problems, and show all your workings just like we did earlier.
So, having completely mastered the visual number line and the structured column method, I have to ask you, are you finally ready to ditch the calculator for good? Because you really should be. You now possess the exact skills and the structured logic to handle addition completely on your own terms. The next time a negative number pops up out of nowhere or you need to add a few 3-digit numbers together on the fly, trust your own mental math independence. You've absolutely got this. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep practicing those computational skills.